beings. It's AJ with Surrender Yoga Now. I'd like to take a moment to give you a little session or a guide that you can do on a daily basis when you can't make it to your yoga classes. It's going to involve just a small bit of a breathing warm-up, anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes, then warming up the body in different variations to see where your comfort level is and how the body feels that day. And then we'll do 2 rounds of Sun Salutation A. That way you can learn it for yourself, and then you can do as many sessions as you'd like. We'll go through everything as far as how many you should do, depending on what level you're at. Perfect. So first, let's start with the breathing. We're going to come to a comfortable seated position. You can be on a block or a pillow. I prefer to use props because it's going to make it that much easier to lengthen the spine, sit completely still, and bring all awareness and focus to the breath. So whether you're sitting in a lotus style, or if you want to come to a hero pose, it's easier for some people. And even if you're so tight, so uncomfortable, you can definitely come to that L position, whatever's better for you. The idea, though, is whatever position you're sitting in, you're just trying to lengthen the spine, even if you're here lengthening the spine. Depending on where you're at, we're sitting nice and tall. Spine is lengthening through the crown of the head. You can bring the shoulders up, back, and down. It opens up the chest. Palms face down to feel grounded. Face up to feel open. One up, one down, whatever feels right. But then you're going to close your eyes if you're comfortable, and you're going to focus on inhaling and exhaling through the nose. You're not going to change the breath. You're just going to focus on the breath. And it should be a nice big inhale. You're going to slowly calm the mind just by noticing the rhythm that you have, your own natural breath. You're not changing it, just noticing it, becoming aware. You might notice as you inhale, are you inhaling just into the chest and feeling full, or are you inhaling to the solar plexus? Or are you breathing how you used to breathe as a baby, inhaling deep into the belly? If you are inhaling just into the chest, no fret. Once you notice where the breath stops, then you can start to inhale a little deeper and gentle. Each inhale, gently inhale a little deeper. We're creating space in the breath. So there's no right or wrong. It's just taking a moment to notice your breath, be aware of your breath. You can do 2 minutes to 5 minutes. I'm not going to guide you through this. You can definitely take your own time. So if you're a complete beginner and you can't sit still and, oh my goodness, what's this awareness of my breath? Just try 2 minutes. 2 minutes, focus on the breath, the inhale, the exhale. Now sounds are going to happen, distractions, noises, thoughts. It's the same chaos that life can be sometimes. So if you could find your breath during those distractions, then when life sometimes becomes too much, then you can always quiet that mind by finding your breath, calming yourself down. So that's what we're trying to kind of discover. At the same time, we're creating space in the breath and trying to retrain the body to breathe how we did when we were little. So go ahead and take that time, 2 to 5 minutes. You can pause the video, and then we'll go for the warm-up. All right, yoga gang, so we're going to get into the warm-up part. All you need is yourself, a mat or a towel, and your breath. The idea is you're going to listen to your body with your body, not your eyes, not looking or thinking about the poses you've seen in a book or a magazine. It's going to be about discovering your body in the different poses. There's different variations. We build up to what would be the final pose. And then even then, any pose that you've seen in a magazine or a book is most likely somebody that's been doing yoga forever, and then they took 2,000, 3,000 photos, and then they photoshopped it. So the right pose is whatever your body is comfortably in that pose. So listening to the body, we'll go ahead and come to a L-type position. We're going to lift our toes towards the sky. We're going to squeeze those ankles together. Calves are tight, knees are slightly lifted, thighs are tight. This time we take the belly button to the back of the spine, and we're going to bring the shoulders up, back, and down to open up the chest. Palms are going to go somewhere by the side to make that L. Now, if you have longer arms, it could be behind, it could be in front, but the idea is that L. And if you are a person that's super tight and you can't get into this L here anywhere is fine. You lengthen. We're going to create that space so that eventually, through practice, you'll end up lengthening that spine and being in this L. So once you're in this L, you're squeezing everything. We inhale the arms up. Exhale, you're going to fall just a little bit forward. We're going to wake up that spine, create space for the energy to flow. If the shoulders are up by the ears, probably like mine are, you're going to think about dropping them down, and you can open up the arms wider. Whatever's right for you, but the shoulders need to be dropped down to open up that chest. Still breathing deep into that belly, squeezing everything tight, toes are still working. We then inhale up, lengthen. Exhale, fall to wherever the body will allow. And then stay here breathing as you inhale. Exhale, you see if the body will give a little more. Getting very gentle with this spine. It's not about touching the toes. It's about creating space. So staying here, we then lengthen. Exhale, round the spine. Take a moment. Not about touching toes. It's about just waking up the body, seeing how you feel, how you slept, if you sat in an office all day, however you feel. If you're someone who can already touch their toes and you need and want a little extra, you can definitely grab the feet. Again, I remind you, I'm super flexible, not because of yoga, but because I was born that way. But yoga does help create space for that flexibility. So if you're already a flexible person and you're here and you want a little bit more, because we can always create space, you can put a block on the outside and then find that comfort space there. Again, it's not about touching the toes. It's about waking up the spine and just taking a moment to assess the body. What's tight? What do I feel? That awareness. So from there, when you're ready, you inhale up like that. Exhale, palms down. Go ahead and come to that spinal twist. Got to do our spinal twists. So spinal twists. Feet are going to be hip width apart. That protects the spine. We're going to go nice and tall here. We inhale up. Exhale, twist to the side. Now that hip might lift, and that's okay. Just don't bring it all the way up, because I want you to have more of a twist. So try to keep that hip down, and whether, again, inhale up, twist. Whether you twist here, or if you're someone that can twist and it feels good back here, that's fine. And then you inhale up, and you exhale, twist other side. So bodies are different. Each side's going to be different. For me, this is my comfort zone on this side. And then inhale up. Exhale, I can twist here on this side. So I'm super tight on my right, super gentle with it, finding that space on the exhale. So continue on your own, whatever pace feels good. You inhale up, exhale, twist. Inhale up, exhale, twist. Continue for a few moments. You can go ahead and pause it, and then we'll find ourselves in a tabletop position. So once you've completed the spinal twist and you feel all warm and you're ready to start really moving and grooving, we'll come to that tabletop position. In that tabletop position, we're making sure that the wrists are in line with the shoulders. Underneath the shoulders, those fingers are spread wide. So underneath, wrists underneath, in line, fingers spread wide, weight on every bit of my palms. Protects the wrists at the same time. It builds strength for those hand balancing poses. Knees go underneath the hips, in line with the hips. It doesn't matter for me if toes are tucked or down. It's whatever feels right. So in this position with a flat back, tabletop, we go ahead and drop the belly down. You inhale, look up. Don't just sit on the arms, but lift the arms. That's your cow. When you're ready, you then exhale, round the spine. So through the movement, there is an inhale and an exhale, but if you hang longer, you just keep breathing. And then when you're ready, you inhale, up, cow. Exhale, round for cat. That angry cat. Not really angry, but that's the idea. Inhale, up. Exhale, round. Whatever feels good to your body, with your body. And if you want a little bit of a upper arm workout, if you're ready for that, then you can also bend the elbows. If you go for the cow, you'd bend the elbows up. And then bend the elbows, exhale, round for cat. And any other movement that feels good to you, whatever feels right, you just take a moment. There's one called rainbow where you can drop the belly down, or I heard somebody call it rainbow. And then if you go one direction, you gotta go the other direction. There's no right or wrong here. And after you've done a few of those, then you come back to that tabletop position. And make sure you try and end with a cat, exhaling, because we started with the cow. But in that tabletop position, we're going to go for tabletop balance now. If you're brand new to yoga and you've never done a tabletop balance, I want you to start with the foot first, whichever foot you want to start with. And when you do that, if you lift a foot up, you would inhale it up. When you lift that foot up, You can feel the weight shift on your arms. Try and keep it balanced, nice and strong. The hips going to want to rise, but you keep it pointing to the floor. Point the toes towards the floor and stay there. That's your balance. If you feel strong and you feel like you can lift your left hand off the floor, that would be your balance. That's your tabletop balance. But again, this is great. When the strength comes, then you come here. So whether you inhale just a foot, or we take the left hand, right foot, inhale up, and make sure it's the opposite, because if you try to do the same, it's a little difficult. You can still do it, but it's a little difficult. So left hand, right foot, we inhale up, nice straight line. You imagine that you have energy flowing through the tip of the middle finger, through the foot. Hold as long as it's comfortable, 2-3 breaths. You would then inhale, lengthen, exhale, hand down, knee down. Other side, right hand, left foot, inhale up. Tummy stays tight, that helps that balance. Also, don't just sit on the arm, lift into it. You can look down at your hand, or you can look up, depending on what feels good on your neck or your balance. Nice big inhale, lengthen, exhale, hand down, knee down. Now, if that's a challenge for you, then you wouldn't do the next exercise. You would just do the typical hold that we just did. You would inhale up and you'd hold for those breaths. If you feel like you want a bit of a challenge and you're ready, your body's ready, you could inhale, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. Inhale. You can go 3 to 5 times, and then you take a moment and you shake it out and you would switch. So again, depending on what level you're at, you inhale up, either hold here for 2, 3, 4 breaths, nice and strong. Or if you want the challenge, you inhale, lengthen, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, hand down, knee down. So go ahead and take a child's pose. Those tabletop balances, you can do anywhere from 2 to 3 rounds, but when you're done with those rounds, you take a child's pose. Child's pose can be knees together or relaxed knees apart, belly hangs. Arms can be out in front. They can be behind, forehead, cheek, whatever's going to bring you to that comfortable. I've watched somebody, one of my students, this was comfortable for them. So this is a comfortable pose, child's pose. This is going to be where you find your breath, you calm the body, and at any point during the practice, especially if you're dizzy, you come to that space. Anytime we do inversions, we come to that space. Just lets the body balance itself out in a happy way. So child's pose, few breaths. You're focusing the inhales, fresh, pure, clean, and energizing. Exhale, let go of any stress, any negativity, any toxins. After child's pose, and after that, then what we would do, coming out of child's pose, we would inhale up, find that tabletop position, especially if you're a beginner. Tabletop position. If you've not done many yoga lessons and you feel like the upper strength's not there, you go from tabletop, you would inhale, lift the bum up, exhale, downward dog. It's a little bit easier downward dog from the tabletop. It's a shortened stance. If the strength's there and you're ready, or even if you're a beginner in yoga, but the strength's there already, you can go from a plank position, find a nice plank, wrists underneath shoulders, in line with shoulders, feet in line with hips, nice and strong belly. Inhale, exhale, downward dog. So in that downward dog, we have that same lineup as tabletop. Wrists in line with shoulders. Pushing the tailbone up. The feet are in line with the hips. And we drive the heels down. And we breathe. We focus on our breath. Your ears should be somewhere in between your arms so that you have a straight line from the top of your head through your tailbone. Then you take your dog for a walk. Once you're there, you can wag your tail, whatever feels good. Wag, 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 wag. And then from that downward dog, or after you take him for a walk, and he barks a bit, like a dog will. After you take him for a walk, you're going to find stillness, find the breath, drive the heels down, lengthen the spine. After a few breaths, you would inhale forward, plank, or if you're in that tabletop position, you'd still inhale forward and drop the knees when you need. So whether tabletop or plank, from there, Drop the knees. And you're going to slowly lower down. If it's comfortable, you're going to try and lower the chest and chin straight down. Yogi push-up, not a push-up out here, but a push-up the elbow by the sides of the chest. Now that puts a big arc in my back. Not a lot of people can do it. It doesn't feel nice. So I don't want you to do that if it's not nice. If you start to go here and you're like, oh, no way, then what we're going to do is we're going to bring the elbows down, palms down, and then whether you can come down here or if that's still too much, you just come down to that belly. You're going to figure it out. You're going to learn where you need to be. What's comfortable for your body. We're creating space. We're also building strength. So in this position, basically it will be a baby cobra. The feet can be together or hip width apart if you got back problems. I'm going to do hip width apart. I have scoliosis. So we inhale the chest up. We drive the feet into the floor. And we inhale the chest up using all the muscles. We kiss the shoulder blades together. Palms you can leave down or you can lift them up, but you're not using them. You're not lifting into that cobra. You're not pushing into that cobra. We're taking a baby cobra, building strength, slowly waking up the spine. If the shoulders are up, we bring them down and back. Kiss the shoulder blades together. Inhaling. And then before we're going to come up, would be a nice big inhale. Palms by the side of the chest. You're going to either, and you're going to tuck the toes, you're going to either come up on the knees, up, exhale, downward dog, or if the strength is already there with full control, palms can go by the side, tummy stays tight, plank, exhale, downward dog. Keeping to your variation where your body's happy. Find that downward dog, adjust, wrists in line with shoulders, palms spread wide. You're pushing into the mat, driving your tailbone. And if you notice, let's see. When I come up and I first get into my downward dog, I know that I have scoliosis. So you'll watch me adjust if you watch closely. I inhale up, exhale, I find my position, and then I know I have to drive things differently. Just try and find my straight line in my space. We're all built differently and we're all beautiful. There we go. So downward dog. Go ahead and inhale forward wherever you are. You drop the knees. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, cobra. Palms by the side. Come on up, however you do. Exhale, downward dog. So you go ahead and I'll pause here. Go ahead and pause here and you do a few of those. A few variations of those. Just to warm up the body. And then after you find stillness in your downward dog, after your last round of that, then you would slowly start to walk towards your hands, inhaling. The palms might lift off the floor, and that's fine. They'll come to the front of your mat, feet in line, feet side by side, or if you need balance, you can open them up. But you let the body just hang. We're going to let the body balance out after a little warm-up. So the head's heavy. You can shake it yes, you can shake it no. You can rock side to side. I'd open up the feet if you're going to rock and swing side to side. Whatever feels good to you. And when you feel ready from there, you'd slowly inhale up, vertebrae, vertebrae. Always jumble those up. The last thing that comes up should be the chin off the chest. You can shake it out and grab a sip of water if you need. All right, yoga gang. So now we're going to go for our Surya Namaskar version A or Sun Salutation A. The idea is we're not worshiping the sun. What we're doing is we're just saying thank you to the sun. It's a sun salutation. Thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for the trees. Thank you for the food. Thank you for the vitamins you give me. It's just a thank you. Simple thank you. At the same time, the Surya Namaskars or Vinyasa flow, what it does is it creates space in the body still. At the same time, building strength. It's just going through the poses, moving, making it more fluid and focusing on the breath. And I don't know, it just helps with awareness. So the more you do this, as soon as you learn it and you learn all the poses, then eventually it becomes muscle memory and it helps you turn the brain off and just focus on the breath. At the same time, creating space and building strength. It's a win-win. So here we go. So basically, you're going to come to the front of your mat. Feet can be together or hip width apart for balance. But feet together, hip width apart, doesn't matter. What you're going to do is you're going to think that you have 4 points in each foot. You're going to root them into the earth as strong as you can be. You're going to lift those toes and you're going to spread the toes down. Pinkies down and then each one down one by one. Try and create those yogi toes. This is mountain pose, so we're going to be as strong as a mountain. Just think about your feet rooting into the earth like a tree. So everything's nice and rooted. Then we squeeze the calves. The knees are just lifted, easy on those. Maybe even a little bent. Don't lock those knees. Thighs are tight, belly button back of the spine, shoulders up, back and down, opens up the chest and the heart. Same time, the palms are by the side, and you spread those fingers wide. Everything's squeezing. The only thing easy is your head. It seems like a simple, easy pose, this mountain pose. But if you were to actually squeeze everything for 5 minutes, you'd definitely be creating strength. So we squeeze, focus on the inhale and the exhale. Inhale's fresh, pure, clean, energizing. And the exhale, you're letting go of anything your body doesn't need to be happy and healthy. When we inhale, reach up towards the sky. Drop those shoulders from the ears, even if you need to be wide. And then each movement has a breath, but as we're learning it, you'll hang out and you breathe. So then we'll inhale again before. We then fold at the waist. Body hangs. Fingers are in line with toes. Head is easy. Whether you're hanging here or whether the palms are by the side on the floor. Fingers in line with toes. We're going to inhale, lift halfway. Try and keep that nice flat back. You can run your fingers along your shins. Don't put weight on the knees. You're just lifting, using those tummy muscles, dropping the shoulders back, trying to flatten out. You can use a mirror if you need. Nice big inhale. Exhale, fold again, hang. Now you're going to inhale, you're going to step back or hop back, however you need. If you do step back, then on the next round you would step back with the opposite foot. However you need to get to either a plank position if you're strong, that plank that we did in the warm-up, wrists underneath, shoulders in line with wrists in line with shoulders underneath shoulders, feet in line with hips underneath the hips, nice and strong plank. Or when you step back and we're building the strength, you can put a knee down, however you need to get to that position. Okay, listen to the body. So from that tabletop or plank position, you will go ahead and drop the knees. Slowly lower chest and chin, and then inhale your baby cobra. Seems familiar. I did that on purpose. So we already did this. Nice big inhale for cobra. Palms come by the sides of the chest. You either lift up onto the knees to find your downward dog. Exhale. Or you take the option that if the tummy is strong and the hips don't sag, I don't want the hips to sag. If you can lift straight up, full control strong, exhale, downward dog. Now when you first start these rounds like we're doing, you'll take your time. You'll breathe a few breaths, anywhere from 2 to 3 breaths in each pose, warming up the body. So from our downward dog, then we're going to inhale, we're going to come forward to the front. You can either walk forward, or you can do the reverse of stepping forward, or if you feel like you want to have a little fun, you can hop forward. Whether you hop and then walk forward, or whether you have the strength and you're feeling frisky, you can hop with full control forward. Exhale, body hangs. Then we inhale, lift that halfway again. Exhale, fold. Now we're going to come up, we're going to bend the knees to protect the back, and we're going to reverse swan dive up, whether the arms go in front or the arms come out. We come up, inhale, almost an exhale, we inhale up, and then exhale, heart center. So we'll go again, inhale up, lengthen, exhale, bend at the waist. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold. Inhale, you either step or hop back, however you get there, plank or tabletop, and then exhale down. Inhale your choice. Cobra. As you move along, you can either do baby cobra, or if you want more of a stretch, you can come sphinx, or you can come up to cobra, but you're going to be gentle with that spine. Nice big inhale, palms by the side. And then you come up how you do. Exhale, downward dog. When you're ready, you'll inhale before you come forward. Whether you step. Exhale, body hangs. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, down. Bend the knees. We inhale up. Exhale, heart center. So on your own speed, your own pace, that's the Sun Salutation A, version A. I'm going to go ahead and do 1/3 round at maybe the pace that you would do once you're comfortable moving through the poses. Okay, so for this 3rd round, just moving through the breath, each pose with the breath. Take your variation where your body is comfortable. Find your nice, strong mountain pose. And here we go. Inhale, reach up towards the sky, lengthen. Exhale, fold, body hangs. Inhale, halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Find your way back to plank or tabletop. Inhale, drop the knees slowly down. Exhale. Inhale, cobra. Palms by the side, come on up. Exhale, downward dog. When you're ready, you're going to inhale, come forward. Exhale, hang. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, up, gentle bend. A little more each time. Exhale, heart center. When you're finished with all your rounds, you would then keep your eyes closed. Focus on your breath. Bring your breath back to a calm, effortless state. Feel the left hand against the right. Feel the energy in between. And then release the hands. You can shake it out. Grab a sip of water. From there, after you do anywhere, let's say you're a beginner and 2-3 rounds seem challenging of the Sun Salutation. Beautiful. Live there for a week or two. Then slowly build around, add a round. If you're intermediate, anywhere between 5 and 10 rounds is sufficient. Really, if you can get to where you can do 10 rounds a day, 6 days a week with all your other yoga stuff, you're going to be feeling amazing. A little simple yogi trick for keeping track of the rounds. Have 2 dishes or 2 bowls. Have however many rounds that you want to do, whether it be 2, 3, 4. It can be little stones, pebbles, marbles, any such thing. And when you're doing your Sun Salutation, for that first forward fold of the round, you would place one of the stones into your other little basket to count for 1. You complete that round. Not in the picture, so that doesn't help. But you complete that round, and then on your next round, when you do that first forward fold, you put 1 into the other dish. After the Sun Salutations, then what I want you to do, you're going to do that happiness. If you want to do a boat at the end, if you feel good and comfortable and you're ready, you can go for a boat. A boat for me is balancing on your bum. You can grab the hands here, the chest is open, you hang out here, and you would do anywhere from 2 to 3 of these. If you want to challenge more at your boat, you come here, more challenge here, more challenge here. But you can always come back here. It's all about you. Okay? So after the Sun Salutation rounds you can do some boats, and then you can go for your relaxation. You then grab your knees, rock up and down, side to side. It's everybody's favorite time. You can do a happy baby by opening up the legs, grabbing the outside of the feet, or the peace fingers can grab the big toes, and you could be a happy baby here, rocking around, whatever feels good. Let gravity open up the hips. Okay? From there, then you would then take a twist. I'm not really fussed how you take your twist, whether it's 1 knee or 2 knees, but you would inhale up, exhale, twist, look opposite side. Nice little stretch, breathe into it. I don't know, anywhere from 5 to 10 breaths. Then inhale up, exhale down, inhale the other one up, exhale, twist. Again, about the same amount of time, unless your body just needs more or less on that side. Inhale up, exhale straight. Then we go for banana. Inhale the arms up towards the sky. And then you're going to curve the feet and the arms. Oops. Woke up the dogs. You're going to curve like a banana. You're going to try and keep the hip down and the shoulder down. If this arm is up high, then you're going to open it up wider so it drops and gravity can help. Okay. And then once you do one side banana, then you inhale straight, exhale other side. And then when you're ready, you inhale straight. You give yourself one big final hug. Say thank you, thank you, thank you for actually doing this. And then exhale. Shavasana. Relaxation. Feet can be hip width apart, palms face up. Put some nice music on. Take a moment to quiet your mind, find your breath, clear your head, and appreciate yourself. And there you go. All right, so that is, I guess, the first video I'm going to be putting on my website as far as a yoga guide, instructional type video. I'm not sure. the beginning here, I'm going to do a little bit of editing, but basically just try and keep everything organic, non-scripted. I don't know. Does Yogi be? Chasing a dream. I hope this video is beneficial. I have a private student who I specifically needed the Sun Salutation A, so I kind of just threw this together real quick so I can get it out there, start inspiring. Growth happens. So when you are doing this video, make sure you listen to your body and remember going through the movements, all the variations. Find your variation and live happily there. No judgment. No judgment at all with yoga. When you approach yoga, if you feel intimidated, if there's any fear, I want you to let go. I want you to imagine yourself as a 4-year-old exploring and learning something new. And treat it with that kind of kindness. No judgment. So, thanks for hanging out with me for our session. Thanks for letting me be your guide. All the best. I appreciate you. Namaste. AJ. That's Surrender Yoga now. All right, I'll get some more videos up soon as I can. Bye.